The bumpy bumpy bump. Hey, you two. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. We'll give a few people a little time to get in. This is today's Wednesday Night Live. We're going to be talking a little bit about our trip over to Europe, about our trip over to England, what it was all about, and we'll talk a little bit about jet lag. And I got myself a new hat while I was over there. This is evidently what the farmers wear in England, so it's a farmer's hat, quote unquote. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna give a few folks a little bit of time to get in here. Guys, me and my wife are really excited about a new movie that's coming out. It's finally coming out online that we can watch it. A Star is Born. Should be pretty cool. Bradley Cooper movie. So if you're curious about the kind of stuff I like to watch on TV. Invalid Virus has just got in a car accident. I'm sorry, bud. Thought I've been having a crappy day. So what's been going on today is I've been sitting in front of the computer all day long. I've been dizzy since I got back from my trip overseas. I've only been in a plane 2 times for that long of a period of time, and I have had a jet lag issue, and I've had an issue with equilibrium. So I've got Google pulled up here trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And if you guys don't know, I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse, so I've got a lot of doctor friends, and I messaged one of my doctor friends. His name is Brent. I said, hey man, something's going on with me. I got a cold after I got back from overseas, and I've been dizzy all day long. Something is wrong with my equilibrium. I can't even drive. Yeah, I'm gonna take this hat off. You just said this is Justin Rhodes' hat. Let's fix it. There we go. So I told him, look, man, I can't drive. I can't do anything. He said, hold on for a second. So he Googled it. So thanks a lot, Brent. I appreciate it. Good stuff. It's called a flat cap, says Farrell Cowan. I think it is called a flat cap. So let's get down to business here. We got a giveaway to do. We're going to do that giveaway right away. In case you guys weren't here last week, thank you, Farm Off Fanatic, for the $5 super chat. In case you guys weren't here last week, now is your last opportunity to go in and leave a comment. Well, your opportunities are over to leave a comment on last week's live stream. If you missed the live streams, you're missing out on free stuff. So this is the Log Ox Sling. It is designed by my good friends over at Log Ox. Austin, good dude, veteran, partly veteran-owned company. This is the Log Ox Sling. They have a startup going with the Log Ox Sling right now. It hasn't even been released to the public, so we're going to give one away before they're released to the public. We're going to click this random comment picker thingy right here. It says pick a winner, so we're clicking to pick a winner, and the random winner from last week's live stream video is Dan.Danny. Dan.Danny. His comment was, hey, from Iowa. I'm waiting till the day that I pick some troll comment accidentally. So, Dan.Danny. Anyhow, guys, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on the farm. We did just get back. This hat is really hot. Time out. Better. That's more me. So, since we got back from England, and I'll talk to you about the trip to England. So we left 3 weeks ago. We only stayed overseas for 7 days, and it was basically some fun, some business type trip. So we've got a company coming to help us build our fences with a lot of fence knowledge, and we're going to share a lot of that fencing knowledge with you guys. It's called Farm Fence Solutions. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Luke. He found me, just like you found me, here on YouTube. So Luke offered up that he would take us over to the factory and show us where the wire was made and let me do a video in the factory where the wire was made. And he took me over and showed me how the fence post pounders, in other words, the machines that pound the fence post that we're going to use for the farm. So we got to go over to those factories and tour the factories. And on my dime, we got to go over there. In other words, I flew me and Mrs. Stoney Ridge over there just out of curiosity, and we wanted to meet somebody that does YouTube videos over there. So if you guys haven't seen the videos with Tom Pemberton, over the last 2 videos, that's what we've been posting. And this weekend, hopefully, we'll get both these videos out if my equilibrium will work itself out. We'll get both videos out where we're in Europe and we're touring the factory. So you're going to get to see some stuff that's a real treat. You'll get to see some interesting GPS-controlled fence building machinery that's just really cool. If you like to geek out on machinery and tractors and stuff like that, you'll really, really like this stuff. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take you, and it should be Saturday's video, if not Sunday's video. We'll take you inside the wire factory at Tornado Wire. It's a wire factory over in Europe, over in England. Europe is not England. England is separate from Europe. So we'll go into that wire factory and we'll take you around each machine that makes each individual type of wire. So I've always been really curious in like how barbed wire is made or how woven wire is made and the details, the infinite details of all that stuff. So we're going to show you that this weekend, hopefully on the farm vlog. That's pretty cool. That's why we went to England. We got to stay in some pretty cool places. It was rainy, much like it's been here. Weather was chilly. It was rainy. Probably the best time of year to go to England or across the pond from the United States is not January, February. That's not really the time to go. Sunny Slope Homestead said, was it cold? Yeah, it was cold. It wasn't that cold. It was comparable to North Carolina weather, really. A lot more rain. They get a lot more rain than we do. It's a what do you call it? A temperate climate. So as per longitude and latitude, I think longitude is the one that goes horizontally. We are here, like New York City is here, and they are here. I mean, they're way further north in, I think it's longitude, than we are, but they had comparable weather for sure. It doesn't get really, really cold. They were kind of freaking out over about 2 inches of snow. They're like, whoa, everybody's falling down everywhere. It was pretty funny. Thank you for the super chat, Tony the Kid. If you guys are just joining, Dan.Danny, I think is his name. His comment last week, hey, from Iowa, you're the winner. Buddy, shoot me an email. Just go on StoneyRidgeFarmer.com and drop me an email, drop me a line. We'll hook you up. Chad says they don't sell many sunglasses in England. No, that was funny. So let's talk to you a little bit about the experience that we had with English culture. As soon as we got off the plane, we were in London. It was hustle, 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 hustle. And I don't know if you guys have ever been over there. It was my first time. If you do go, expect to hustle. You're going to be running or getting ran over. Moving from section to section in the airport, catching trains, moving around. We were in such a rush, such a hurry that you really can't even soak it in. You're just in a tube, in a train, or moving somewhere for like the first 2 hours we were there. Then we got out to the English countryside and we rented a car. And so you had to drive on the wrong side of the road or the left side of the road with the steering wheel on the left side of the road. But what makes it really complicated, and what I'm told, is in England, it's more common to have a stick shift than it is to have an automatic transmission. So we had to learn how to drive a stick shift. So being a red-blooded American man, I'm used to grabbing, how am I used to grabbing gears? I'm backwards now. I'm used to grabbing gears with my right hand, like shifting. Yeah. And I'm grabbing with a manual on the left hand. Jimmy S. says he can drive a manual transmission. That's funny. Try doing it with your left hand, driving on the left side of the road, and everybody is going as fast as they possibly can, this close to one another. The space, like the recognition of personal space over there was not like America. So it was much more compacted, much more crowded. And even when we got way out in the middle of nowhere, the roads were probably this much narrower, 2 feet narrower in each lane. So basically comparable to one lane of traffic. Cars were going this way on backcountry roads, so you had to hang one tire off in the ditch. So the left side of the car was just chronically just getting beat to death. I can imagine there's a huge market for mirrors, for left-handed mirrors and paint jobs on the left-hand side of cars over in England, because the hedges are right on the side of the road. In other words, there's no like right of way. These were old carriage roads, and they weren't made for cars. So the hedges grow right up alongside the road, and anytime you're driving down the road, the left side of the car is in the ditch, beating you to death, and your mirror is just cramming up against those hedges. So if you like stuck your finger out the window, you just get a handful of hedges, and the hedges are really spiky. So that's part of the culture we experienced over there. As soon as we checked into our hotel, there was a guy there that was helping us out. He was 80 years old, and he said, I do this because I don't want to sit around. I want to have a purpose. And he said, are you guys Americans? And, we said, yeah. He said, and he shook our hands and he thanked us for all that we did for them over in World War II. I think a lot of the news media in America really wants to have Europeans and English against us, but really everywhere we went, we were just greeted with kind hands from the folks that were in England. It was super great. It was really nice to always meet a kind hand while we were over there. So really cool. We didn't get to drive any big trucks. And a big truck over there, like the biggest truck is like the Land Rover Defender pickup trucks, which are really cool, but I hear they're not very reliable. So, good stuff. We were near, what is it? Blackfoot? No, I can't think of the name of the town that we were near. There was like a beach resort that we were near, and we went up to the Lake District. So, no Ram 2500 over there, Darren. No, sir. So if you guys follow the social media, the other social media outlets, the Instagram and the Facebook, we had a tractor trailer here. Blackpool. There you go, Farrell. Blackpool. So we had a tractor trailer in the driveway about 3 days ago, bringing in some implements. We got ourselves a wood chipper. There's just so much brush and so much wood on the farm that there's no use in burning that stuff up and letting it really go to waste. So we're going to be utilizing some of the wood chips for the garden. So just so you guys know, that's what that was. If you follow us on Facebook, if you don't follow us on Facebook, do it. If you don't follow us on Instagram, get it done. Get it done. It's good stuff. Also, Jesse Shaw. So Jesse, he's asking when the next Jeep video should be. I'm trying to shoot these Jeep videos out every Friday. This week we hit a bit of a speed bump because I got sick. I've been sick for several days. I'm still not quite over it. I got started on prednisone today to keep my head from being all swimmy. Thank goodness when I got ready to do the live stream, I took some ibuprofen and my head's not all swimmy. But so maybe there'll be a Jeep video coming out this Friday, maybe not. I'm not totally positive. Somebody just said, how do I find you on Facebook? Just go on Facebook and look for Stoney Ridge Farmer. You'll find it, buddy. That's it. Same thing with Instagram. Either Stoney Ridge Farm or Stoney Ridge Farmer. There are two different people. I'm sure the Stoney Ridge Farm guys are so sick of getting phone calls asking for me. It's kind of funny. So Midwestern Homestead says, when's the new pig pens going in? When the rain is going to stop, man. I can't get out and do anything. We've got a layer of muck this deep. I just can't get out and do anything. So 2 days ago, I loaded up a guy with a load of hay, and we're going to do a video about hay pretty soon and my disappointment with hay production on the farm and my disappointment with hay sales here on the farm. We'll kind of get into it a little bit right now. So we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 155 bales of hay this past year, and I couldn't sell it. I couldn't sell it at all. Put it on Craigslist, put it on all the little farmers posts and everything like that, put it on Facebook Marketplace. No buyers. Nobody's touching it. Now, January and February is here. It's too muddy to get your cows out. The grass isn't growing. It's still cold. And everybody went, oh, we want hay. We need hay. We need hay. We need hay. So still, I could hardly give the hay away at $20 per round bale. I wish I had a way to get my hay out to places like Wyoming where people actually need hay and they're really, really having to pay a whole lot for it. But it's funny how the planning on the part of the farmer, they thought they had enough hay, and then I posted on Craigslist and boom, it all sold within 2 days. So it was pretty funny. Luke says he'll buy it. So got sidetracked there a little bit. Anyway, I haven't been able to get out on the Jeep and work. Problem with the Jeep, it roll starts on a dime. I've driven it around on the farm. I rolled it down the hill. If you guys saw the last video, I rolled it down the hill. It started, well, the next day I went back out, rolled it down the hill. It fired right up. I let it run. My neighbor came down. We hooked it to the gator. And basically all we had to do is turn it one revolution and it fired right up. So what's happening is the poor rebuild on the starter that I got is causing a voltage drop before it gets to the coil and before it gets to the condenser. So I'm not getting enough fire into the combustion chamber to fire the Jeep up. So there are two different scenarios here that need to be handled. First of all, the Jeep needs to be rebuilt and rewired. The old wires on there are just horrible. There's probably something grounding out somewhere. There's no way there's not something grounding out somewhere because the wires are just old and ratty. We got it running. I pulled it down the hill. I fired it up. I had it running for 10 to 15 minutes. It's circulating coolant through the engine, which is super awesome. It didn't overheat. It ran like a charm. I've got to dial in the carburetor a little bit more. But what I really wanted to know was, is that engine running, or is that engine going to be a turd? Is it going to be knocking? Is it going to be carrying on? Is it going to be something I need to pull apart and rebuild? And the answer is no. It's a great engine. It runs great. It has plenty of power. It doesn't smoke like crazy. It did smoke like crazy when we first fired it up, but it doesn't smoke like crazy. It burned off all that Marvel Mystery Oil in there. So the Jeep is good to go. It's not loud without a muffler, but we did order a new exhaust system, and the next project is removing the steering column, taking the electrical portion out of the dash, which there's only a switch in the dash right now. Everything's just all to pieces in that thing, and we'll get little nuances and details as time goes on here. But we're going to get in there. We're going to soak it down with PB Blaster and start pulling the body off of the Jeep. We have ordered a new tub for the Jeep. We've ordered a new window frame, new window glass, fuel tank is already here, the sending unit, all the gauges, everything. So what we've got to do is take that body and we got to strip the old body off the Jeep. We're going to take the frame, clean it up as best we possibly can, repaint the frame, replace the brake lines, replace the fuel lines, make sure everything's working good to go. Probably drive it around without the tub on it for a little bit just to check it out. And we'll pull the tires and wheels off and we'll put some new tires on, probably sandblast the wheels and either have them powder coated or repaint them. And hopefully it's going to be an awesome Jeep. Now for colors, I'm not sure. We've named the Jeep Popcorn, and I have a little print off sheet somewhere. Where did it go? I think I've already taken it to the shop. So we're going to partly dedicate this build to Popcorn Sutton. You know, I'm kind of in the heart of moonshine country here, so I thought popcorn, because the Jeep kind of pops when we first started trying to get it to run, and just a little shout out to Popcorn Sutton. And we've got a name for the 454 truck, and it's Jesco. So we got Jesco and Popcorn now. Awesome. Jesco is the 454 truck. Popcorn is the Jeep, is the 52 Willys Jeep, and Vader is the Grand National. And then we got the $100 truck. So we got some names. Homesteading with the Herberts. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Welcome. So if you guys are just getting here, Danny was the winner of the saw haul, and there'll be a link posted down in here in the video description where you guys can pre-order your saw haul before they are produced. My friend Austin is doing a Kickstarter program to help him with his business in getting the saw haul up and off the ground. because people don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to start businesses. That's what they do. They do a Kickstarter program. So pretty cool. I'll have a link down the video description when I get done here. Chad Harmon says, who rebuilt your starter? I took it to a guy in Eden, North Carolina. I can't remember his name. Abe Barr. Hi, remember me. Hey, man, welcome back. Welcome back, man. So we will take the starter back to that guy, and we're going to have him go back through it again and make sure and test it under load. And we're also going to take the generator back over there and have them take care of it too. So that would be a good thing. And it probably would have been a good idea to take the generator over there in the first place, to have the generator rebuilt along with the starter. But now we know to keep an eye on things, right? Midwestern Homestead says, how's the goats? We got rid of every single goat on the farm to buy goats with a purpose from now on. So the purpose of our goats in the first place was to get the weeds down. In other words, the farm was all grown up with briars and brush and stuff like that. So we fenced in little areas. We put the goats in there. We let them eat it down. Then we'd move them to another area, fence them in, put them in there, let them eat it down. Finally, we're out of briars and brush. So we got rid of the weed-eating goats, and we're going to get some meat goats or / milk goats. Milk goats require a whole lot of time, and it's just me here on the farm, and it's a lot of time required to build a farm, build the fences, and milking goats to get a coffee cup full of milk every day might not be a very good use of my time. However, we will have meat goats coming soon here on the farm for sure. Getting ready to be gardening season. It's going to be pretty awesome. These are our farm fence shirts. And thank you all. Whoever bought shirts, I appreciate you all so very much. You made this first round of t-shirts a success. And therefore, these shirts will be available from now on. So that's going to be super duper awesome. Super duper awesome. How many shirts were sold? If it ain't right, it ain't tight. Let me get on here and find out for you. I don't think I can find out from here. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 shirts, but I think I bought 5 of them. But we'll use them. It'll be all good. And I've got some of them to give away to friends and stuff too. The way this shirt thing works is I have to order them just like you guys do, and it takes about a month or so to get them. So quit feeding round bales to your animals. You're not getting a square meal. Matthew, you kidder. 454 SS and Grand National t-shirts. So Roger, I kind of can't do those for copyright reasons, but we do have Stoney Ridge Speed Shop shirts, which have the Grand National, and they feature the Jeep grill and tractor on them. So check those out. What did you do with the flathead Ford? There was no flathead Ford. All right, so cool gardening videos will be going on. Where is my wife, Chris? So my wife, she doesn't really like to be on the show so much. She doesn't like to be on camera. She feels awkward. She feels weird. And heaven forbid I get 8,000 comments of how hot your wife is. And those are flattering until they get to the point where they're embarrassing and rude. So she doesn't get on the channel very much, just for the simple fact of all those comments come out there that kind of turn her off to, yeah, the perv comments. Exactly, Cody. So, you know, stop with the perv comments, and Mrs. Stoney Ridge will come out of her shell and come on out and play with us. But it's not very flattering when someone leaves nasty comments. And ignoring the haters is you know, it's easy to say ignore the haters, but when your wife goes on to your channel and people are leaving sick, gross comments about her, even on a live stream, I had her on a live stream a few months ago, and it's just rude. It's just uncalled for. And I guess it's just the internet. And I'm glad that I'm not as good looking as my wife, as most people have pointed out, because I'm not her. I'm not here to be good looking. I'm here to have fun and enjoy the company of everybody here on YouTube with me, and hopefully teach you guys something, have some fun, take you on a journey, and we'll just totally enjoy ourselves. So, well, guys, I'm nursing a cold. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but if I want to have a voice to do some video tomorrow, I'm going to have to shut up and get off. So I got to get off here. Thanks a lot today. I appreciate you. If there's anything you guys need, don't hesitate. Shoot me some comments down below. I'll leave as soon as we get done here. I'll go down below and I'll post a link to the Kickstarter program where you guys can get yourself one of the log slings. Pretty cool stuff. Good people, veteran-owned company, just nice people, very smart people. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. I can't wait till this weekend we get those videos out, show you guys how the fence post pounders are made, the factory that it's made in, show you guys the fence wire factory. It's going to be super cool. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Take care.